So Leeds will be filled with poets from Simon Armitage and Testament to the National Poet of Wales, as well as the very important guests I had the pleasure of meeting here at the BBC Radio Leeds studios during the week. Pupils from the Co-op Academy in Bermontoffs have been attending poetry workshops. In fact, that was Rima Ahmed's old school. Used to be Primrose High, didn't it? So the Co-op Academy in Bermontoffs, they've been attending poetry workshops, these pupils, with the Wakefield-born poet Matt Abbott, and as readers, writers and listeners, building up their poetry repertoire.
Hi, I'm Lillia. I'm a student at Co-op Academy Leeds.
And are you keen on poetry, Lillia?
Not in English. I'd have to say I'm not in English. I'm not too keen on the poem anthology. But I do like writing my own songs because I'm a singer myself. And I want to build on my poetry skills. And that's why I joined.
And what have you made of the workshops?
It's really beneficial, actually, because every time I go, I learn something new, learn different skills about how to input my feelings, my ideas into writing, because that's something I struggle with, getting my ideas actually on paper. And yeah, it's really helped.
Hello, I'm Jack.
And tell me what you have been working on as part of these workshops, Jack.
I've been working on stories and short stories.
And is that something you'd been interested in before?
Not really, only until now.
And tell me what you've created. What have you written? What have you been inspired to produce yourself?
I've inspired to produce fiction because it has a lot of wide roads I can go to and lots of suggestions that I can go to.
And tell us about the story that you've read for us today.
The story I've read took a long time and lots of thinking about. It's fiction about robots taking over a part of the world.
Your part of the world?
Yes, our part of the world.
And did the workshops help get your mind in the right place for that?
Yes, it has. I've been really focused on this.
Well, very nice to meet you. Thank you.
No problem.
Now, who's this next? Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Mariam and I'm a student at Co-op Academy Leeds.
Poetry. Well, are there rules about it, Mariam? Does poetry have to rhyme, for example?
No, not really. You can go whatever you want with it. It's just a way to express yourself and be free.
Have you found that a powerful process, expressing yourself?
Yes, it's a very powerful process and it helps to cause awareness to certain issues in society.
Is it different from writing an essay, having, for example, a poem to work with?
Yes, because it's not as, you don't have to be as precise. You can be as free as you want. You can be as kind as you want. You can be as strict about it, or you can be really free about it.
I'm getting the impression you've enjoyed this. You've got a real smile on your face while you're talking about it.
Yeah, it's been really fun so far.
Tell me why.
It's been a way to express ourselves creatively, and Matt's just been a nice person to be around, and we're surrounded by friends whilst creating it.
And how's the performance? Because Matt Abbott is he performs his poetry. He doesn't just sit there and read it, he performs it. Has that made you see things a bit differently?
Yeah, because it makes you visualise what you're hearing, so it gives you an image to portray in your mind whilst he's reading it.
Brilliant. And our final guest today.
Hello, I'm Abdul.
And are you a poetry fan, Abdul?
Initially, no, before starting this workshop. However, after I've actually started to enjoy it.
What did you write about? What came out?
Well, before I just started thinking of random fantasy things, but then when Matt Abbott actually gave me a prompt, such as me in the future in second person, I actually created the story that you heard from it.
And talk to us about the story.
Since I'm a very big fan of basketball and play it a lot, I just thought of myself as a sports player in it, just making a game-winning shot.
And what you managed to do is built in real tension with that, because you had a sense of a clock ticking on, scores building up as you wrote, didn't you?
It's just the tension in normal sports games. You don't know how they're going to end up, even in the last couple seconds. So, Lillia, what have you learned? What are you going to take away from your adventures in poetry?
Mainly confidence, because just being here today, actually, and just speaking to a microphone, never thought of doing that before, but now it's something that I feel like I could do again.
Same question to you, Jack.
Yes, I'm also gonna take everything I've learned from this and do it in my normal world. I'm gonna take on writing just for fun, I guess.
Mariam, what are you going to take away?
Just be creative in general. Let your thoughts spill out onto paper and connect words together. Make your life have a meaning with something.
And talk to me, Abdul. You can perform, you've got the words, you love your sport as well. What are you going to take away from your journey into poetry?
Similar to Lillia and Mariam, I'm going to take away the creativity and branch it into other things, such as other subjects even. And also the confidence that this brings, because this is the first time I'm performing in front of a microphone. And I don't know who this is going to or who's going to hear it, but it's just finally having the confidence just to let go of all the pressure and just have fun with it.
I have a feeling a few people have heard it, Abdul. I found that a really inspiring afternoon.